As most of America already knows, there was another violent attack at a church in Texas the other day. A gentleman stood up and ended the assault swiftly and brought instant on-scene accountability. I'm being vague about this specific situation because I believe what we are really truly seeing is a trend in American culture. As a result of this trend, first and foremost, I want to extend my deepest condolences to all who've been affected by this trend over the past 3 to 4 years, when we've seen such an uptick in these active human threats, active killer scenarios. I illuminate this specific incident that happened earlier this week in Texas because it is quite the example of what one good man can do to bring instant on-scene accountability. I hope that this situation brings the American public more understanding about what it truly takes to deal with evil. If evil didn't exist, this would not have happened. And if evil didn't exist, the requirement of good men who are good at violence also would not exist, but it does. And this is the world that we live in. We now, and we have since the beginning of time, lived in a world that requires good men and strong women to understand how to protect themselves, their families, their loved ones, and in many of our vocations, our clients and people who depend on us and pay us to protect them. It is no longer good enough just simply to be a good person. It is no longer just acceptable to be nice. Now, you must know how to protect your loved ones, and it is your responsibility to begin learning how you can protect your loved ones. It's something that, with situations like this on the rise in places that are supposed to be sacred, nothing is sacred anymore. Nothing is beyond the reach of evil anymore. You can't run into the sanctuary and have peaceful quarter anymore. Now, more than almost any other time that I've been aware of since I've been alive, it is more of a requirement to think ahead of how you can protect yourself and your loved ones. And in my opinion, that is prudence, that is wisdom, and that is forethought. As good people now, we must be willing, we must be capable, and we must be prepared to do what is necessary to stop evil when it rears its ugly head. And any belief structure or ideology that does not acknowledge that is grounded in an unreality that has now become so dangerous that it is costing people's lives. I send this message out to commend Jack, the man who made that shot in the sanctuary the other day, to send him my support, to send him our support, our love, for doing what needed to be done and for doing what he was able to do to stop that evil from prevailing in that environment. What you're seeing is the reality that the individual who is best at violence tends to dominate the atmosphere once a violent encounter erupts. And therefore, this message is a call to good people to start learning and understanding how to be willing and capable and prepared to deal with evil when it rears its ugly head, because it has, it can, and it will happen again. So we must be good stewards in the meantime. No one is above this dynamic. No one is above it. There are just those who learn how to deal with it and those who ostrich or hide from this problem until it finds them. My name is Byron Rodgers, and I will be doing everything I can to produce content, products, and live events to help the demographic in this world that is chosen to protect the people and things they love from evil. I'll be doing everything I can to help you all sharpen your edge and be willing and capable and prepared for anything that could happen and will happen in the future. Until then, I want to encourage all of you out there to be peaceful, but not harmless. Once again, this is Byron Rodgers, protector by nature and by trade. See you soon. Out.